Yeah, you can show you now. It's cool. So guys, we just literally passed our driving test. First time, right?
Yeah.
First time, first attempt?
Yep.
Let's just show the people your certificate. Okay, there we go. So how was it, bro?
Hey guys, don't forget to check out fmdrivingschool.co.uk. We got so many links in how to pass your driving test, how to pass your theory test, and so many links in how and what exactly your driving instructor should be teaching you the modules. Let's go to look how to drive a car, how to drive a manual car, how to drive an automatic car, what is clutch control, what happens in your driving test, what else, driving modules. Let's go to that. Moving off, how to stop, how to do hill starts, turning left, emergency stop, rules of roundabout. So go check it out, fmdrivingschool.co.uk with your fully qualified driving instructor, FM.
Actually, before we start about the test itself, tell us about who you are, like how many lessons you had, and the experiences you had.
So I'm from Hounslow, and I've had 2 instructors before this. I only had like 1 or 2 lessons with them each.
Right.
But then I found you, and by far you were the best instructor I've had.
So I don't want to like an ego boost here. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. There's people might think I'll pay you. So what I really want to know is, okay, so you had a couple of lessons before me.
Yeah.
Then you had me for so this is all what time period was this? When was this? Before COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So
Okay.
before with our first instructors, it was before COVID, and then with you, it was after COVID. Or I said during COVID.
During COVID. So just before COVID happened, we were taking a few lessons.
Yeah.
How many lessons did we have at that time?
I think maybe 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
2 or
Okay.
3.
And then COVID hit, and then we couldn't have lessons.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on. And then afterwards, you came back.
Afterwards, I came back because I wanted to get my driving done, and you're the best. You're the best instructor I've had so far. So
I appreciate that.
It was good to come with you. And
how did you even get me anyway? I told most of your mates, isn't it, from your school year?
You told a couple from the school.
So you kind of knew about me, but you still snaked me to your other two instructors.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
And then then we had lessons after COVID. So when was this again? So this was August 2019 we started.
Yeah.
Then the COVID for about a year. Then we came back. How many lessons have you had in total with me then?
In total, I think
roughly.
I've
Do
had
you remember?
6 or 7.
6 or no.
Yeah.
Alright, so you had about 6 or 7 double hours.
Yeah.
With me?
Yes.
Is that it? No, I'm sure there's a bit more now.
Oh no, we did have those couple of lessons recently just before my test.
Okay.
So I think we had 2 lessons beforehand. So,
we had 2 recently.
Yeah.
So what happened was we had about 6 to 7 lessons, double hours, and then we had another because you couldn't get a test in it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
So that was a problem. So we were practicing around Isworth initially. All our lessons were in Isworth. We were preparing for the test to happen in Isworth.
Yeah.
But there was no test available, right?
Yeah, there wasn't. The test I've done today, I booked it 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It was such a long waiting list.
Yeah.
And even then, I got really lucky with the test I booked.
Well, how comes?
Because there was another test I saw. Literally, it was there for a split second. I went to click on it, and it was gone like that.
Yeah.
So I was blessed to have this.
Not only that, bro. Not only that, we had to book a test in a different area now, isn't it?
Exactly,
so we're in Ashford right now. We didn't even practice in Ashford initially.
No, we haven't. No.
All our lessons were based in Isleworth. So anyway, then we had not even that many lessons, a few in Ashford.
Yeah.
And you even said you don't even care about going all the way to Ashford.
I don't really care. I just wanted to.
And I was saying no, it's good to come here to see the area. So I was just showing you some of the roundabouts.
Yeah.
You are happy to carry on practicing around Isleworth.
Absolutely.
But it's good to see the area. That's why I brought you here. And I know you're more focused on trying to learn the maneuvers and all that, but I was quite confident with your maneuvers. So I said, let me just bring you here and show you the route, show you the areas, show you some of the unusual roads. So we had about 2 lessons, and obviously some of our weakness with you was because we didn't drive for about 2 to 3 months.
No, yeah, there was a big
gap. There's a big gap, a lot of rustiness. The only main good thing about him was it was very routine. Everything that we taught you, you were applying. You were just slow at it.
Yeah,
that was the biggest problem with you.
Yeah.
That you're a very careful driver, very cautious driver. You make the right decisions but slow, and that's purely because of lack of experience and a lack of the fact that we didn't drive for 3 months. So that was our biggest weakness. But we were quite positive about your driving in the sense that even if you're slow, the test is going to be 30 to 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's not like in a 2-hour session where I can see you making all those mistakes. They're just going to literally see for 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And if you're slow on a few occasions, it's not like they're gonna fail you for that.
Yeah, no, of course.
So we were quite positive that it may work check out it for you, even though you were slow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we got a test booked, we came here. So we had an hour lesson in the morning. It was quite early.
Yeah.
We woke up about 20 minutes before my lesson, right?
I did.
So no breakfast, nothing, straight out. I think you told me your mum woke you up.
Yeah,
my
mum woke me up at 20 to 9, and I was like, crap, I need to get in now.
Yeah. Okay, so we had an hour lesson before. Now that hour lesson, during the hour lesson, you drove really well. We started off with like I think a van right in front of your house, and we had to get out of your house onto the main street, making it really awkward because there was a hill as well.
Yeah.
And it was actually really good test right at the start, because you had to deal with the hazard in front of you, deal with the situation of the road, and deal with other drivers now.
Yeah.
Like you're not blocking them, but you're slightly impeding them.
Yeah.
But not in an incorrect way, just because of that vehicle stuck in front of you. And we were really impressed with the fact that you dealt with the pressure of other drivers as well. I think once there's someone's trying to let you go, and then you couldn't go, you were trying to go. And I like the fact that you're able to change your mind. You're staying cautious in that situation. So we're really impressed.
Yeah.
So as we drove in that 1 hour, there was a lot of positives happening. But then we made about 2 or 3 major faults.
Yeah, we did.
A little bit shockingly from you. So one was there was a bus incident. He indicated. You were behind him. You were slow. You indicated to go around, and then you cancelled the indicator. I was really happy. I was thinking this guy's gonna stop now, and you carried on driving.
Yeah, I went.
So, and I did ask, why did you do that? What was the reason? You just...
I think because I saw that the bus hadn't got any speed yet, I thought maybe I will just be able to try and get past him.
Yeah.
But, in hindsight, that's the complete wrong decision. You should always just, as soon as you see a bus indicating to go, you stop and you just wait
if
for
you're
them to
slow.
go.
If you're slow and you're behind. Yeah.
If you've got a lot of speed, then obviously you carry on.
Then you carry on.
But make sure you indicate.
So in the test, that's actually a major fault. But the positive is, I did say, that's why we have this hour lesson. It's good that you had it with me. That major fault was with me, okay?
Yeah.
That's one of the majors. Another major was, I think we were in a little roundabout, and you didn't indicate right. We were going right.
Yeah. So it was really tight, and I couldn't see what was coming from the right. So I was more focused on seeing if there was a car coming and checking my speed instead of putting my indicator on. So I completely lost my bearings there. And then on the roundabout, you said to me that my indicator wasn't on, so I quickly turned it on.
Yeah, I turned it on for you.
Oh, did you? Okay, you turned it on for me. But I was focused on the wrong thing at that time.
Yeah.
I need to balance it out a bit more.
So, and shockingly, the reason why that was a bit shocking was before that, we drove on a big roundabout, taking the 4th exit. You did the routine mirror signal, you counted the exits. There was a traffic light at the last minute. You not only checked your left mirror, you're about to move to the left lane.
Yeah.
You saw the red light and you stopped just in time.
Yeah.
So that itself was a really difficult roundabout. You dealt with that really well.
Thank you.
And then to flop on a little small roundabout is it's really frustrating, just because you don't want to fail on the smallest of things when you can handle the biggest things, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
And as you correctly said, which might happen to you guys, is you're focusing so much on maybe the road and the surroundings that you forget to apply the routine. Okay, so that was our lesson. Tell us now about the test.
So the test, obviously I was a bit nervy. This is my first time doing a test. I think I made a few minor faults. Mostly just my speed. I was a bit too slow.
Oh, okay.
One time I was stopped. I parked up, and then she wanted me to pull off, and I had the wrong indicator on. Like I was indicating left when I needed to go right.
Yeah.
But she said that was all right. Other than that, everything else was okay.
Okay.
It's just my speed and that one maneuver that was the problem.
What maneuver was it?
We did the parking up on the right, reversing back 2 cars later, and then pulling out.
Why was that a problem?
I don't know. I think again it was the same thing as that mini roundabout. I was more focused on the road and where I was going instead of putting the indicator on. And because I had the indicator on to go one way to say that I was staying on that side of the road, I heard the tick tick tick. So I thought, I must have indicated to pull out, and then obviously I hadn't, so that counted as a minor fault for me.
Okay. But the maneuver you found quite simple though?
The maneuver was really simple.
Yeah.
To get onto the right, it was actually quite hard because there was a lot of traffic coming our way.
On a main road,
yeah. Just before a mini roundabout.
Yeah.
So I think I was like maybe 100 yards away from the mini roundabout when I was able to pull up. And she told me about it, I think maybe 400 yards away. So that was hard, but I thought, you know what, I need to not panic. I'll get in when I can. If not, I'll do, I can do it somewhere else.
You could have gone past a roundabout.
Yeah, exactly.
And then maybe, obviously, she might have slightly got annoyed, but
yeah.
What can you do? Like you said, if you missed it, you missed it.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about big roundabouts? Did you get massive roundabouts?
I think I had one big roundabout. That was all right. I had to take third exit, but that was perfectly fine.
How did you do it? So mirrors,
signal, maneuver. Made sure I was in second gear.
Yeah.
I was on the right lane.
Yeah.
I went around. I counted out loud all the exits, and then as I was about to go past the second, as I went past the second, I put my left indicator on, checked my mirror, went in, and then made it.
Good. So everything we taught you is mirror, signal. As long as you did it, yeah. So everything that we've taught you, you apply. Wicked, okay. And as I said, there's something about you that everything that we do teach, you're able to do it.
Yeah.
Even if you're a bit slow, it's cool.
Yeah.
So then, what about then? Ashford has a lot of narrow roads.
Yes.
Did you deal with a lot of narrow roads?
We dealt with a few. In those, I just made sure, obviously, the 30 roads, but I kept myself down to 20, 25 because I didn't want to go too fast, just in case something did come at me.
Okay. On a 30 road.
On a 30 road.
You can get impeded for that though.
I know she did say that.
She did. Right.
I thought, it's probably the best decision, but obviously not. I should have just gone to 30.
Yeah.
But, the narrow roads, they weren't too bad. There wasn't a lot of traffic coming towards me. There were a few instances where there was cars parked on one side and another car coming towards me, so they had to stop, or I had to stop, and then we'd all go.
Okay.
But thankfully, I think the people saw that I was having my test, so they'd all stop for me and let me go. So, that was good.
Okay. And then final thing is, how was the examiner herself? Was she?
She was nice.
Talkative? Was she friendly?
Yeah, very friendly.
Made you feel relaxed?
Of course, yeah. She was. Yeah? She wasn't very scary. She was, just like that's the thing we put in our heads. Like they're just going to be horrible, scary people.
Of course,
but they're just normal people, and if you make conversation with them, they'll make conversation with you.
Not always. Not always. It depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends on the person. Depends on the timing. Yeah. But if you're good with them, they're good with you. If you do the right thing, keep safe, then they have no problem whatsoever.
Okay, good. And so as you came to the test, any reservations, or what were you thinking? So what was your biggest fear?
My biggest fear was going too slow. Which I ended up doing. Yeah. But other than that, I think
you're fairly confident, were you?
I was quite confident.
Okay, good. Okay, any final piece of advice for anyone starting their lessons or doing a driving test from your experience?
From my experience, I'd say get a good night's sleep beforehand. Make sure you wake up a bit early. Don't do what I did.
It worked out for you though.
It did work out, but then I was a bit nervy at times.
Yeah.
But I say just try not to be too scared. When you meet your examiner, just have a little small talk with them, get used to see who they are and how calm they'll be, and then just set off. Try not to get too shaky, too scared, but obviously it's a natural reaction. You can't really do anything about that. Just in your head, put it in your head that you're confident that you know what you're doing and that you're going to be perfect.
And also prepare in advance.
Obviously,
do the lessons.
Make sure you do your lessons properly. Pay attention to what you're doing, and you'll be fine.
That's it. Yeah, wicked, man. So guys, well done. I'm really happy. I'm going to see you on the road now.
Definitely.
Hopefully driving safely. You're going to be a safe, cautious driver. So I don't expect you to be speeding on the road.
No.
Alright, cool, man.